to my kitchen. It's time for an episode of Fall Favorites. Today I'm going to be showing you one of my fall favorites, the butternut squash. I'm going to show you a very simple and easy way to cook this butternut squash that requires no peeling and no dicing, therefore save your fingertips. Because I know I've cut my fingertips plenty of times on trying to dice a butternut squash. We're going to be using the crock pot today, so stick around. I'm using an olive oil to coat and cover the entire inside of the crock pot so nothing sticks. Then I'm going to show you the bottom little divot on the butternut squash there. I'm piercing it with a knife as far as the knife can go. Do this so your squash doesn't burst while cooking. Hi, we're back. The butternut squash has been in the crock pot for the past 2 hours on high. So we're going to have a look and see how it's cooking. After 2 hours on high, the squash is very tender from top to bottom. But I found some potatoes in the pantry and I decided to cook those too. I add water and olive oil so the potatoes don't dry out. And I'm going to cook on high for 1 more hour. I have some herbs growing in the garden that go great with butternut squash. I need to run out to the garden and harvest some thyme and sage because that's really going to jazz up the butternut squash. Would you like to come with? Okay, let's go. So here is the thyme. Just clipping where another stem shoots out of the stem I'm clipping. So there's the thyme. There's some oregano. I won't be using the oregano today, but I'll just clip it and have it in the fridge. And let's get some butternut squash. Or excuse me, let's get some sage because the sage goes so well with the butternut squash. Get a few sage leaves here. Okay, we're good. All right, let's head back to the kitchen. The stem of the squash fell off nicely, which is great. Potatoes are cooking up fantastically, and now I'm adding all those herbs that we just picked from the garden. I'm also adding in the rosemary and some black pepper. Then I'm adding in some minced garlic because that will just really bring out all the other flavors. I'm covering all the potatoes evenly, the squash goes back in, and then I'm adding in more of the herbs and spices and garlic over the butternut squash to make sure that it is also covered evenly. And then I will cook it for an hour on low. As you can tell, I just got out of the shower. So if I have a clean body, I have to put on a nice clean apron. So that's the point of the apron change, okay? Secondly, This has been, since I've added seasonings, it has been cooking on low for 1 hour. And that timer has been up, so I've turned it down to warm. Let me show you. Here it is. And do you see how the skin just fell off the butternut squash? I never once had to chop it. I never had to dice it. And if you've worked with a butternut squash, you know what I'm talking about. So the crock pot is genius, easy, simple for your butternut squash. It's just, I love butternut squash, and there was a long time I wasn't eating it so much because I said it's such a pain in the butt, but it is not. I mean, I put the thing in there whole. Okay, so let's give it a taste test. I added some Tafuti sour cream on top. That's a vegan sour cream. And some walnuts to make it very fall. So let's see. I'm trying to see the sage there a little bit. Trying to get a little bit of everything, you know? Wow. You know what, I think it's even better cooking in the crock pot than when I used to roast it in the oven. Maybe the flavors had, that slow cooker made the flavors absorb. This is amazing, friends. You're gonna love it. And I wasn't even gonna make the potatoes, as you know in the beginning of the video I was talking about squash. But I had the crock pot running and I had potatoes, so I thought, why not throw them in? OMG. This is amazing.